Welcome to the Bustinskin event WMD video briefing. This briefing is mandatory. Please also download the supporting documents from the links provided. The venue for this year's race is Weymouth College car park. There are significant changes to this year's event. There is no parking or vehicle access to Weymouth College. You should park in the main pay and display car park at Lodmore, which is connected to the college. Payment is via cash or Just Park app. The code is 6203. Do not park and inconvenience locals on residential roads. You now need to register and claim your race pack. This contains your numbers, chip, stickers and swim hat. Please make your way to the college car park to collect these items. You will need to bring your ID with you, and if you are a BTF member, your membership card. Please follow COVID regulations at all times whilst not competing. Wear a mask, socially distance and minimize touch points. Do not bring your equipment with you to registration. You will not be allowed to enter with it. Registration opens at 5:30 for all races and closes at 6:30 for the middle distance and 7 o'clock for the classic and sprint. When you have collected your race pack, return to your vehicle and apply stickers as required. There are no changing facilities on site. You should come ready to race or change in the pay and display car park. You will now be required to rack your cycle and leave your race equipment in transition. Only competitors are permitted inside the race complex. Transition has changed significantly from previous year's events. Transition is now one location at the college. Bring your cycle with its sticker attached, wear your cycle helmet with its sticker, and have your wristband on. Follow Marshall's directions at all times and rack your bicycle in the space allocated. Please stay masked and socially distanced at all times. Listen to announcements from marshals concerning your race start. There is a 400-metre travel required to the beach for the start from transition. Be aware of your start time. Be early at the beach ahead of your start. You may wish to use trainers in between locations. These can be left, at your risk, on the beach for the return trip. Follow signage and marshals' directions at all times and socially distance from other competitors and members of the public. The route crosses a main road in Weymouth. You must follow highway code and marshals' directions at all times. Failure to do so will result in disqualification. There are 3 swim courses. The middle distance race will start first at 7 a.m. There will be a brief safety check before each start. The start will be in waves to maximise social distancing. Follow the course laid out and keep the marker buoys on your right shoulder. If you are in trouble, roll onto your back and raise your arm. Water safety will attend to you. Do not use backstroke. Only freestyle and breaststroke are permitted. The classic race will start once all middle distance competitors are clear of the water. The sprint race will start once all of the classic competitors are clear of the water. It is your responsibility to be on time for your race. We will start without you. The swim finish requires a run back to the college for transition. You may use shoes that you have left on the beach. Follow marshals' directions and cross the main road when safe. You may strip your wetsuit to your waist only. Wetsuits can only be removed once in transition. You will be disqualified if you remove it before transition. The route back to transition is a public highway, and there may be members of the public on the paths. Socially distant, be courteous under all conditions. In transition, you can now remove your wetsuit and prepare for the bike leg. You must wear your helmet before you unrack your bike. Follow signage and marshal's directions. Be aware of other competitors and members of the public at all times. For the cycle, you will be turning left out of the main complex. There are 3 cycle routes. It is your responsibility to know the course, and directions are provided in the downloaded brief. All 3 courses start the same. At Cholbury Corner roundabout, the middle distance will turn left, following orange signs. Classic and Sprint are to carry on straight, following the road to Warmwell roundabout. At Warmwell roundabout, Sprint will return home. Classic riders will turn right to Wool and follow directions. All routes are signposted and marshalled, but it is up to you to know your route. You must obey the highway code at all times and strictly adhere to traffic light and zebra crossings. Any dangerous riding will result in a disqualification and a ban from further events. Follow your routes back to transition. The routes return on major roads into Weymouth and will be busy. Be aware of other road users, be ambassadors for our sport and event, and obey signs and marshals at all times. In transition, you can rack your bike and change ready for the run. There are 2 run courses. The middle distance route has changed from previous events. The Sprint and Classic share the same route, with Sprint 1 lap and Classic 2 laps. The middle distance course is slightly different and is 4 laps. There is a feed station and lap point in Lodmore Park. You will be given bands to count laps, but it is your responsibility to be aware of your count. The route is on public paths. Members of the public have right of way, and you should remain courteous and polite at all times. Please provide as much space as possible when the paths become narrow. Any complaints or poor behaviour may lead to disqualification and possible future bans. When you have completed your laps, follow the signs for the finish. The finish line is in the college car park. Once you cross the line, keep moving. Collect your finishers pack and move directly to transition. Your race is now finished, and you must adhere to wearing a mask and socially distancing again. Collect your equipment and follow signs and marshal's directions to clear the complex. There is no waiting in transition for friends or teammates. Once free of the complex, you may return to current COVID regulations. There will be no awards or presentations on the day. Everybody at Bustinskin Events wishes you an enjoyable and safe event. Please follow all directions. Any timing questions can be emailed after the event. No queries will be processed on site. Photographs will be available on Facebook after the event. Thank you for your time and race safe.